Hi, this is Dan Morgan from Beyond 20, and today we're going to take a look at the dashboard viewer in Cherwell Service Management. Now, the dashboard viewer is installed by default when you install the client tool. I've added it to my task pane here, so I'm just going to click on it, but you can normally get it to your Start, Programs, Cherwell Service Management, and it's under Tools. Now, I'm going to pick one of my connections. If you have only one connection defined on your system, you won't get presented with that connection manager. Now, Cherwell is going to ask me to log in. Even though I'm not going to be taking up a license with the dashboard viewer, it still wants me to log in, so it can have me select a role or give me my default role, which would define my default dashboard. So I'm going to pick a particular role here. I'm going to connect into Cherwell, and then it should load my default dash for the role. So I've got the global IT dashboard for my default role. Now, what this allows me to do is, again, have the dashboard up and going and not take a license in Cherwell. So if I don't need to be in the tool all day taking up a license, I can run the dashboard viewer, and it's not until I actually drill into a ticket, open up the client tool, that I will take up a license. So for instance, I'm going to double click on my 7 here. That's going to now launch the client tool, and it's going to take me in and show me the results of those 7 items in the grid. So now I am taking up a license in Cherwell, but once I do my work, get out of Cherwell, I then have freed up the license again. So I'm just going to close out. In the meantime, the dashboard viewer was open the whole time, so I could have had that open on a second monitor. I'm over working on my left monitor with my actual client tool. I can get to the dashboard manager right from here, just like I could from the client tool. I can get to the dashboard manager, the widget manager, and it shows me the last couple of dashboards that I have run. Now, one of the really neat things about the dashboard viewer is the Slideshow Manager. If I open that up, I can build as many slideshows as I want. So what I can do is cycle through different dashboards in a timed fashion. So if I edit this slideshow, you'll see that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different dashes in here, and it's going to cycle through them every 5 seconds. If I decide that I want the performance dash to be the third one that it goes through, I can just use my little arrows down here in the bottom right and move that up. And if I want to add another dash, I can click Add. That just takes me right to my dashboard manager, which you have seen in the client tool. And I'm going to add this IT technician operational dashboard. So now that's my 5th one in the list. If I click OK and highlight and click OK, it's actually going to run the slideshow. So you'll see it go to my first domain dash, and then it's going to wait a few seconds, and then it's going to cycle through and go to my next dash for surveys. And then it'll wait another 5 seconds, and it'll go to the next dashboard. So where this is kind of cool is if you have a big LED or LCD panel, a flat panel, 42-inch, 50-inch above your service desk, you could have this just cycle through dashboards every couple of minutes. So constantly moving through, and again, it doesn't take up a license. It could be running these things all day long if you want to. Now, if I go up to File, Go Home, that's going to take me back to my default dash for my role, just like it does in the client tool. I could also go to File, Options, and set a default option for when I first come in and load the dashboard viewer. So if I wanted it to load a different dash besides my default dashboard for the role, I could pick that here from the dashboard manager. Or if I wanted to run a particular slideshow when I first launch the dashboard viewer, I could do that from here as well. I could pick one of my slideshows. As soon as I launch my dash viewer, it's going to run that slideshow. Now, if I uncheck this Allow Drill Down, if I drill into or try to drill into any of these parts in the dashboard viewer, it won't allow me to do that. So I'm not going to actually go in and open up the client tool. It's just kind of for informational purposes only. I can also toggle full screen, so it takes up the whole monitor for me. So this would be applicable if you had this up on a flat screen above the service desk. I can F11 and take it right back to my regular view as well. And then I can anytime F5 it to refresh the values that are in the dash, just like I can in the client tool. So that's a quick look at the dashboard viewer in Cherwell Service Management. If you'd like to see other videos from Beyond 20, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/Beyond20LLC.